Hi, good afternoon. Welcome back, everybody. Today is a continuation, part 2 from last week's part 1, from a story out of the Houston Chronicle Gazette, medical cannabis, frustratingly out of reach for a local family. And I went over this story, and I'll let you take a look at it, go back to next week. But here's the story of this young boy. He's 12 years old, Micah Jensen. He's got autism and a form of epilepsy, but they didn't qualify for cannabis under the Texas program. And according to the article, there's 500,000 Texans that have epilepsy, that suffer from epilepsy. But cannabis law restricts its use to those suffering from the rare intractable form. So they know it helps with epilepsy, but they're restricting and limiting who gets to use the cannabis legally. The mom in this story had to quit her job so she could stay home and take care of the child, of the son, and homeschool him. Very disruptive for the whole household. Again, you may want to go back and take a look at that. That was on May 6th. So the mom, she says as he gets older, as Micah gets older, he gets stronger and his attacks get stronger. And she's desperately looking for something that could address both his epilepsy and the autism. And so she was researching possible solutions. So the cannabinoids is one of the things that she was looking for. And I want to just take a look at this here. I just want to kind of give you some information, because when we talk about marijuana, medical marijuana, it's a hot subject. It's a very debated subject. And the benefits of medical marijuana are unquestionable. I mean, there is no question about the medical benefits of it. If you go online, look at the benefits, the list is endless. But let's just take a few of the look at a few of the benefits right here. So some of the benefits of medical marijuana: cancer, post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, anxiety. It improves focus, improves metabolism, increases appetite, helps with arthritis, helps with epilepsy, and also Parkinson's disease. And this is just a short list of some of the things that they found benefits for. And you can Google testimonies and videos, especially of these patients with seizures, how they can rub it on their foot and immediately, well, within minutes, that the seizure will calm down and stop. So the benefits are very well known and documented. Now, then there's the argument, well, you know, it's hallucinogenic, it has psychoactivity and euphoria, and, you know, they're worried about people getting addicted and this kind of thing. And, you know, you look at the opioid addictions that we have in our country and how dangerous they are, and that how many people die each year from that. But when we look at cannabis and like their safety, no recorded deaths, no receptors on the brain that so the brainstem, so respiration is not affected. 0 deaths from cannabis. 0 deaths. So it's really pretty effective. I mean, like if you get too much, you'll take a nap. You know, that's about the worst side effect. Some cases they do have some hallucinations or some paranoia, but that's about the biggest risk of that. So, and these kids that are suffering for seizures, you know, how nice it would be if they could just lay down and take a nap, right? So it's interesting, though, when we talk about cannabinoids. I have to share this with you. The United States, our government, holds the patent on cannabis. It's like patent number 6,603,507 or something like that. So they hold the patent, on cannabis. Isn't that interesting? So here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here it is, right here. Here's the patent. So I can't read that. 6 million, whatever. And it's interesting, though, in the patent it lists it as an antioxidant and neuroprotective. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so I have 5. Did I miss something here? Okay, hang on. No, okay, good. All right, so it's interesting because we, our country and our government always talks about the war on drugs, and yet they hold the patent on cannabis and cannabinoids. So interesting. So I just want to go over a few things with you. The cannabinoids, they're useful in the treatment and prevention of a wide variety of oxidative associated diseases. So it's an antioxidant, very helpful for age-related diseases, inflammatory diseases, autoimmune disease. They also are very effective as a neuroprotectant. So it helps to limit neurological damage and it's also neuroregenerative, especially following ischemic attacks. So if there's if you have a stroke or there's trauma, the CBD oil can help limit the swelling right following immediately afterwards. So, hi Becky. Let's see. So for Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, HIV, dementia, it's very protective for the nerves, very neuroprotective. You know, and again, Hillary Clinton was talking about if she became president, she was going to be the war on drugs, the war on Alzheimer's. Yeah, the war on Alzheimer's. She's going to have a declare war on Alzheimer's. That's what it was. Yeah, so Alzheimer's can be helped through marijuana, through cannabis, but that's patents owned by our government, so it's kind of oxymoronic, you know. So this is one of the most neuroprotective substances we've found, and it's just a weed. That's why they call it weed. It can be grown very easily. So, and again, it helps with Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson, and the government has the patent on it. Wow. Also, seizures, very, very effective with seizures. There's some heart-wrenching videos you can Google, just seizures and cannabinoids or seizures and marijuana. And these poor moms, they're put in a bad position. Like, do I get it illegally to help my child? You know, do I don't use it because it's illegal and let my child suffer? And the question is, what would you do if it was your child? If it was your brother or your little sister, what would you do? It really puts them in a bad situation. But there's massive amounts of testimonials and videos out there showing, without a doubt, it's very effective in helping seizures. All right, autoimmune disorders, like we said, rheumatoid, lupus, Hashimoto's, Graves, and on and on. It has a very high positive calming effect on the immune system. So if there's a lot of inflammation going on, the cannabinoids are very, very effective in calming the immune system. It has a very calming effect. Yet it's still classified as a drug that you can get arrested for. It's kind of moronic. So we want to have a war on drugs, yet our government has the patent on the most useful ingredient that we have. Now, you can get CBD oil other ways because it's not just from marijuana. For example, you can get it from hemp and echinacea and things like that. Now, there's some limitations based on, it was the 2014 Farm Bill, and it has restrictions and guidelines. One of the restrictions is that any source of cannabis or CBD oil has to be less than 0.3% of THC. THC is the one that's the euphoric part, okay? So it can only contain less than 0.3%. So, and the laws, that's the federal law. The laws change state by state, so it varies state to state. Okay, we actually have CBD oil available in our office, and I'm going to tell you a couple other benefits. Benefits that I found from CBD oil or from cannabis: it can help you lose weight, it can regulate and prevent diabetes, it fights cancer, it can help prevent depression, shows promising treatment in autism, safer alternative for drug and alcohol treatment, helps regulate seizures, it helps bones heal faster. If you have a fracture, it helps you heal faster. It's also a great treatment for ADHD. It can help treat serious addictions, and again, it's a much safer alternative for treating drug addictions. It helps with glaucoma. It can improve lung capacity and lung health, and it helps with anxiety. So we do have, like I mentioned, a CBD oil available through our office. We have 1,000 milligrams. The restrictions from the Farm Bill, less than 0.3. 1,000 milligram is 0.0502%, so very, very low. And our 3,000 milligram CBD oil is 0.17, so about half of what where the legal limit is. Now, if you wanted to get CBD oil, I'm not going to just be a distributor for CBD oil. I want to know what else is going on. What else can we do to help you with that? Is there any other testing that we need to do? So for some of these kids with the seizures and the autism, there are some other things that could be triggering those reactions. And so if there's something we do to calm it down a little bit, then we'd absolutely want to do that too. Patients in our office that have been using the CBD, some of the reports that we're getting back, that it can stop a migraine or reduce it significantly. Like they can feel the aura coming on, if they can have time to take it, then they can bring that down. Also very helpful with menstrual cramps, with the management of anxiety. We've had some patients that have been able to get off their anxiety medications by using the CBD oil. Encephalopathic head pressure. So one of our sweet patients, who shall remain nameless at the moment, when the barometric pressures change, she gets terrific head pressure to the point where her eyes will even leak. And she's found that using the CBD oil is more effective than hydrocodone, so that's amazing. So this stuff is amazing. It's very political why it's not available. So if you have an opportunity to help push this forward, making it legal, at least for medical reasons, there are a lot of people that are suffering needlessly with Alzheimer's, with dementia, with seizures, with autism, so ADHD, where we could bring that down and help them to do better. It's neuroprotective, and it's also an antioxidant. So both very, very good things for our body. So I just wanted to finish up on that because last week I kind of ran out of time. And I just want to let you know that there's some good things about this. Again, the benefits are unquestionable. I mean, if you go online and look at it, they're unquestionable. But our government holds the patent on it. So it makes you go, So if we didn't need as much medication for epilepsy, if we didn't need as much medication for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's or dementia or other autoimmune disease, rheumatoid, lupus, who would lose money on that? Because I heard it said once that if you see something going on, you go, that doesn't make sense. Why is that still happening that way? The reason is there's somebody behind it that's benefiting from it. So somebody's benefiting from CBD oil not being available to people who really need it. So anyway, that's all I have to say today. I'll have a new topic next week. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great afternoon.